My mom and I stopped in a small town and instantly knew something was wrong. Everyone dressed like it was the 1950s. The cars, the stores, even McDonald's, all frozen in time. What happened next still haunts me, and I'm not sure we ever truly left. I was about 16 when my mom and I were driving cross country, moving to Illinois. By late afternoon, we'd been on the road for hours, passing nothing but farmland. That's when we decided we'd stop in for some rest in Indiana. We took the exit off the highway. We'd figured we'd stop in for the night. The first thing we noticed was this creepy statue. It was about 4 stories tall. A man, dressed like it was the 1950s. Top hat, matching suit, one hand resting on a cane. The smile on his face was odd. The statue had this intense stare, like it was looking at me. Dozens of people stood around it, silent. No one talked, no one moved. They were staring up at it, like they were worshipping it. My mom and I didn't think anything of it. The statue was creepy, but at the same time, it had a special uniqueness to it. As we drove deeper into town, this is when things started getting weird. Everyone looked the same, dressed the same, had the same mannerisms. Men wore crisp white shirts, black suspenders, and dark slacks. Women wore calf-length skirts and button-up blouses, their hair tucked under scarves or small hats, like they'd stepped straight out of a 1950s clothing ad. Maybe it was some type of theme going on today. We also noticed the cars. No Toyotas, no SUVs. Just shiny old Chevys, a faded pickup with wooden side panels, a bright red convertible that looked like it belonged in a museum. The only modern car was ours. We figured we'd stock up for the trip, so we headed to the local Walmart. As we pulled up to the parking lot, the outside of the store was not modernized. The sign looked like it hadn't been changed in decades. Inside the store was even stranger. Nothing inside felt like Walmart. Every brand on the shelves was something we'd never heard of. Bread wrapped in plain paper with block lettering. Soda and glass bottles with vintage logos. Cereal boxes with 1950s style cartoon mascots. Even the shopping carts looked different. Inside the store, it was drop dead silent. There wasn't even the regular Walmart music playing. No one made eye contact. Shoppers moved in slow, calculated steps, pausing in perfect unison, like this was all rehearsed. And the creepiest part, there were no kids or even no adults. The entire store seemed to be elderly. Everyone seemed to be 60 and older. By the time we left Walmart, we were starving. So we pulled into a small McDonald's just down the road. Inside, the place felt frozen in time. The menu boards looked decades old, with faded pictures of burgers and fries. No modern items, no digital screens. The air smelled of old grease and stale fryer oil. Behind the counter, elderly employees moved slowly, their uniforms outdated. They didn't talk to one another. They just worked in silence. An elderly woman at the register didn't even make eye contact, not once. She simply took our order in a flat voice, punched it into the register, and slid the tray toward us without a smile. We ordered 2 plain hamburgers and fries, nothing else. The burgers came wrapped in plain white paper with the McDonald's name stamped in faded red ink. The burgers tasted different, saltier, almost metallic, and the fries were pale and limp. They were oddly cold in the center. As we sat and ate in the quiet dining room, we realized we were the only customers. The hum of an old soda machine was the only sound. We went to a local motel just to check in and get some rest. The man at the front desk was an elderly man, maybe in his mid-70s. Didn't talk much. Didn't even look at us. He handed us our key, and that's about it. The place was totally empty. We didn't see a single soul inside. The hallways had a strange smell, like a mix of dust, mildew, and something sweet. We went to our room, locked the door, and didn't say much after that. The TV only had 3 channels, all playing black and white shows or static. I fell asleep almost instantly. When I woke up, sunlight was streaming through the curtains. I jumped out of bed and ran to the window. The town was loud and vibrant. Kids walking with their parents. People talking loudly, enjoying life. Modern cars on the street. People in jeans and hoodies. That's when I noticed the strange statue. It was shiny and new, like it had been installed overnight. At breakfast, my mom looked worried. Before I could say anything, she told me she had the strangest dream. As she was telling me the details of her dream, my stomach dropped. I had the exact same dream. We compared details, the statue, the clothes, Walmart, the McDonald's. Every single thing was exactly the same. We didn't know what to make of it. It was just a dream, right? As we drove out of town, I glanced in the rearview mirror, took one final look at that town. That's when I saw the statue. It seemed to be looking at our car. We hurried out of that town and never looked back.